Hi there, how you doing? Yeah, I haven't done a video for quite a long time really, so I thought I'd do another video of something that I thought about making, and yeah, so it's it never was loco. I think it's been done before, but yeah, I want to make one for myself, so yeah, and I thought I'd show everyone how I did it. So here we go. Hope you like the video. Hello there. Yeah, I decided to make something different and never was loco. So we have the Hornby Dublo N2 here, and I want to make a Metropolitan or LNER M2. Okay, so this should be 064 configuration. So basically using the N2 body and the chassis itself, disregarding the two-wheel pony and taking the four-wheel bogie from the 4MT loco from the back of there, and fitting it onto the back of here and extending the back of the body. Okay, so what I done, I took the buffers out and the mounting bracket. Okay, now what I did, I drilled 2 holes and turned the bracket upside down. So yeah, so the bracket normally fits this way up like that. So if you turn it up the other way, the 2 pegs will be the same height, but these screws will go through the back of the body once you've drilled the holes, and then you can actually level this off, take that off. Okay, so this then will be level all the way across without this bottom piece here. Okay, so that will be that part, and the next part is getting the other body, and you have to cut the back off of it about 1/4 of an inch, I guess, something like that, around about, just over. Yeah, leave the bracket on with the buffers, that's all fine. Okay, now what you have to do is this will be obviously bolted onto the back of there with this cut off, which I will show you in a moment, and this will fit onto the back to extend the back of the body. So yeah, so you can see you have to take that lower part of the buffer beam off the back of the body, and you have to just also take this part, this lip off, so it's level here at the back. Then I will cut this part out of the back of the body so it comes lower like this, so its structural strength is across the back, is still there, and then you can put a coal load over the top of this big space in the back of the bunker once that's done. Now the chassis itself, I don't know whether I'm going to use this chassis because it's a nice chassis, so I'll probably find a 1/2 inch block chassis, which is quite common. And then I will put this, I will have to cut these legs off completely. If I could find a broken one, I'd rather use that with these broken, because these pegs, these stone guards, they get broken off. So maybe I can find one that's not broken instead of using a good one. And then this goes about there. So the wheel itself lines up with the bottom of the peg. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to do this with one hand. But yeah, so the position is about there. So the bottom of the iron goes to the centre of that wheel, gives it a little bit of clearance here, and then when this fits on the body onto the top of there with the extra back on it, then you have the configuration that you need. So I'll do a bit more work and then I'll carry on the video. Okay, so what I've done, I've now took the bottom off the buffer beam so it's flat on the bottom, and yeah, the other piece I've flattened it off squarely like that, and then I've put a file to make these sides deeper. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, so they're shorter on the actual foot plate back there, and I've chamfered this here at the back because this piece here, this piece has got a lip on it, so that has to fit onto the back where that lip is, right? And it also helps to hold the whole thing in place squarely like that, so it can't move. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Well, first of all, I've drilled and cut the sides for the top because I need to take that part out because that needs to have coal across the back of it. Yeah, so now this fits on. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. So this fits on. I can't hold it properly, but it fits. It fits nicely like that, you see. Okay. So it extends that, and then obviously that piece is cut out because the coal's going to sit in there, and it's extended the body. Okay, and that is how you do that. And I'm going to fix this on. I'm going to put one hole at the back through here above the Hornby, or maybe behind it. Yeah, I think I'll probably put it behind it, so that when I put a new decal on there, it'll cover the screw up that's holding the back on. So I'll do a bit more work and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Okay, yeah, so we're nearly there now. So what I've done, I cut that piece out of the back here for the coal, so the sides are flush. Yeah, so that's that part. This part, I got countersunk screw, drilled a hole in it. Yeah, so when this goes on, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but so the screw will go straight through the back into there. So when I paint this, I will stick a new emblem over that, so you won't even see the screw. And the sides, I will super glue this back on, fit this back, and yeah, so I filed everything all flush, and I will put a little tiny bit of car body filler just to hide that join on the outsides, and as you can see, that's why I cut the back part out, so that I can put a slither of coal, fake coal, over the top of that. Yeah, so that's that part. So let me just see if I can get this little screw onto this with one hand. 1 second. Okay, so that's now bolted on. Yeah, so it's got both of these brackets in there. It all gives it extra strength as well. This is all nice and flat now. Yeah, so that's that. Once that's glued, filled over slightly on the outside, just to actually, yeah, so you can't twist it because I put those kind of file angles on to locate the back without twisting it, so it doesn't need to have more than one screw in there that hold it on nicely. I will super glue the screw as well, as I don't want to ever take that off of there. So once that's painted, that will be very nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to make some other alterations to the body. I don't like to make too many alterations to things that don't really need it, because it's not, you know, a perfect representation of the real one. But yeah, anyway, this horseshoe chassis is a post-war chassis, but it's got both its irons, and it's still, you know, a perfectly good chassis as it is. So I didn't want to cut this, like I said before, but I had a look in my spares box. So I had a few different chassis in there, but I wanted to use a 1/2 inch really. But then again, I thought, well, you know, when the chassis is in here, it leaves the cab more open to put a couple of figures in there, I guess, which will look good. I should find some die-cast figures that I can fix in there once it's done, because there'd be more room, yeah, with this being open rather than the great big magnet that's there. Okay, anyway, so I had this horseshoe chassis, which had a broken iron on it. It only had one. So yeah, so horseshoe chassis. This is a post-war again. It's not a pre-war. The pre-war has a deeper recession in here, and doesn't have this thread with this spigot sticking up to locate the rear pony. So yeah, because the early ones have a split pin through there. Anyway, so what I did, I got the rear bogie from the 4MT. I put a screw with 2 nuts and locked them together, so it's got a bit of movement in it, because this arm on the back here, this little arm, is too short to go into the original bogie thread hole there. So I drilled in the recession, so when the this extra nuts on there, one of the nuts sinks into the hole and then makes it the right height for that. So that's all good, so that won't hit anything. So okay, so what we do is put the body on there now. If I can do this with one hand, it's amazing. Okay, no, I'll do it the other way. Okay, let's turn it over. Okay, so obviously I need to paint everything, and yeah, why is it not going in properly? I'm looking at the camera rather than what's on the loco. Yeah, so that's in now. Okay, yeah, and then, you know, you put this in there. Now, when I drilled this hole for this fixing screw, yeah, I drilled it so it comes out the back here, and then obviously you put the nut on this side and it pinches up to the bottom nut, which is fine. So there we go. So that's what we've got. We've got a N2 that is now a 064 tank, which is a M2, not a N2. Yeah, so once that's painted up and the coal load put in there, and in a Metropolitan or LNER livery, that will be something very nice to run around my layout. So yeah, I'll show you what it turns out like once I've finished it. Okay, yeah, I've done a bit more work to this. I've now kind of got it sort of together. Painted it over in a black, cleaned the handrails on the front, Yeah, so I've got to put the motor in it, magnetise it, the 3-rail pickup, etc. Front coupling I need. Yeah, so yeah, could do with a bit of a better paint really, but you know, I can repaint it at a later point. I need to get it up and running. I think for now I'm going to put LNER on it, and then I'll fit the coal load as well, and then I'll consider whether I change livery into the Metropolitan one, as in the picture that's here that I've shown. So yeah, but overall quite pleased with it. There's still you know, I didn't fill this over because I'm not sure. I may repaint it in the maroon Metropolitan yet, so I'm making my mind up first. I've got plenty of decals, so yeah, very pleased with that. Something different to run around my layout. Yeah, looking forward to that, seeing this go round. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Okay, now finished really. There's still a few more things to do. I need to put the armature in it, and but yeah, I put some coal in the back as well, so yeah, it'll be good to see it running round. Yeah, quite happy with that. And the other one I did, it's very nice. Yeah, so that one's alright. Yeah, and the label covered that screw up in the back. So tomorrow I should be able to put the armature in there. Yeah, and finish the coal off properly. This is just a temporary one really. It should be longer. But I think it looks okay like that really. Open back there, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so there we go. That's my loco. I enjoyed making that. We'll look forward to finishing it very shortly. Yeah, but you've got the idea of how it's done, so I thought I'd share that with everyone. And yeah, if you like my video, check out my other videos. I've got a lot of videos there you might like to see if you like model railways. And yeah, subscribe, and hopefully there'll be a few more videos to come at a later point. So, but for now, take care. Bye bye.